What happens when M. Night Shyamalan takes the concept of Dexter and gives it the big screen treatment, headlined by a early 2000 A-list actor attempted to resurrect his career?
You get a movie where a guy is just trying to get away.
Find out next on Trees in Space. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Trees in Space, the show where we watch and review all the movies in any genre and tell you what the fans thought, what the critics thought, and most importantly, what we thought. Was it worth it forced or just a stump? I'm Jason. That's Nate. And in case you missed the thumbnail, this week we watched the 2024 suspense thriller Trap. So, Nate,
Yeah.
let me tell everyone that I saw a preview for this movie and I said I wanted to watch it. I had to watch it. It looked so good. So I told Nate that would be my next movie. We both went, and because I said I wanted to watch it, he said, okay. We didn't wait for it to come out on VHS or VHS. Wow. Come out.
Yeah, that's right. We did not wait for early 1980s technology to come back to the present day like the 1970s did with vinyl for this movie to come out. We did not wait.
We did not. So we went.
We didn't even wait for Laserdisc.
No. Hey, those are awesome. They were expensive, but they were awesome. We
didn't wait for Betamax.
I didn't have a Betamax, but so we didn't. So we went and watched this movie. And yeah, I will leave it at that about why we ended up watching this because it's still in theaters. At least it is at the time of this recording.
So I want to say that this movie, honestly, I said it. It's a movie about a guy trying to get away. That's it.
He is trying to get away.
That's it. Like I got asked, Amanda asked me about this movie, right? Because I told her she read the synopsis for it, saw the trailer for it. She's like, "This is not my type of movie. It's too scary. It's gonna be."
Depends on which trailer she watched.
And I was like, "Okay, cool." I watched it, and she goes, "Well, how was it?" I go, "It was a movie about a guy trying to get away." And she's like, "Well, you could tell me I'm never gonna watch it." I was like, "Okay, well."
And then you told her. So, let me explain to everyone the synopsis of this movie according to Rotten Tomatoes. It's kind of misleading. A father and teen daughter attend a pop concert where they realize they are at the center of a dark and sinister event.
Yeah,
that's not what this was.
That's a fucking lie.
That's a big lie.
That is.
If you watch the trailer, I'm not spoiling this. I'm going to spoil the movie, but this is not spoiling the movie. Okay, they set up a concert knowing that the butcher, who is a murderer of people, is going to be at the concert. They know this. The cops do. So they close it off and bring all the cop presence there for this. And the main character in the movie is the butcher, according to the trailer. He's the bad guy. You know this by the trailer. And
but wait, there's more.
Oh yeah.
Spoilers. 3, 2, 1. He escapes. Holy shit. And then he's still trying to get the fuck away.
He's still always trying to get away. Josh Hartnett is the actor that stars in this movie. And for those that don't know, he was a huge star in the late 90s, early 2000s. I don't know.
He looked so familiar, but then didn't. Like at the same time, I couldn't really place him, but that was him.
Yeah, Judge. Yeah, I can't think. I know one of my favorite films of all time, Lucky Number 11. He plays in that. I mean, and he played a lot of like rom com, teenage rom com. That's romantic comedies with King Kong. He played in a lot of teenage rom com.
Yes.
movies, and he's great in everything. And I thought as this movie went, I
Mm-hmm.
think he did a great job.
You did?
Yes, I think because he was creepy.
Um, and in a not well acted way, creepy.
Well, was the acting, or was that the directing and the way they had the cameras and like face to face? The directing seemed kind of weird to me. The whole movie seemed weird the way uh, M Night Shyamalan did this.
So let's go ahead and while he's trapped in the freaking in the arena, like first off, I didn't know he was the butcher. I had no idea. I haven't seen the trailer for this movie.
Oh, okay. Well,
I went in completely blind.
so within 10 minutes you knew that because he was looking at the video of the camera.
Well, as soon as I found out that they were trapped, he was the trap. I was like, all right, I know how this ends. I'm like, all right, now he's got to try to figure out how to get out of here.
Right.
And it was so much fun trying to watch out how he's going to get out,
It
and
was
then
fun.
adding to the point of like, okay, well, he has to get out, and he has to convince his kid to get out. Like, and come on, the police in this fucking movie are dumb as rocks. How are you going to let this man that fits the profile of the man you're looking for walk right up and around you?
I'm gonna give a lot of credit to the details of this movie. Let me explain.
Oh, please.
At the concert, first and foremost, the daughter who I played, I think she did an outstanding job. That
Oh,
little
she
girl is a
was
great actress as far as like
wonderful. Her
she
beautiful.
was the star of the show.
Yes, she was amazing.
She was. But when they were doing that, like the songs are going, everyone that was in camera shot during certain songs were singing the song, going back and forth like they really knew the song, like it was a Taylor Swift concert. They did that very well. Made up songs that they made up for this movie. They got all these extras, and there's a lot of them
Mm-hmm.
to go and like get into it. I was like, okay, that was some good detail stuff right there. I really appreciated that.
I wish they had some other performer. I didn't
Like
find.
Rihanna, like a real performer that you know that to change their name instead of the director's daughter.
Yeah, like, okay, cool. Like, I had nothing wrong with her or the fact of her actress, and I didn't know that she was the director's daughter until later. She was exactly at the caliber of this movie. Though I think, like you said, the daughter was amazing. She
She
was
was
the best actor in the entire film.
beyond without a doubt.
And like, though I will say there is one twist that I did not see coming, and it was because of the actress,
Well,
not the actress, the singer. When, well, yeah, this is the lead off twist because as soon as this twist happened, I kind of had actually no, I didn't see that twist either. So yeah, there's two twists. First twist, she's like, "Let me go to your home," and I was like, "Okay, how's this motherfucker can get out of this one?" Like, and why didn't he just kill the dude?
I
Oh, by the way, the butcher has a dude locked up in a basement somewhere
yes, with a blue door
and a broken lion.
and a broken line. And that's the part about this movie that where it just kind of goes off the rails for me. First and foremost, as Nate loves to say, we don't love to say it, but he says it almost every show that we watch where he is the biggest fan of. They could have cut 30 minutes out.
Oh, oh yeah, oh
the,
yeah,
whole, the whole concert thing was, I
all of
think,
it.
bringing the concert person into it was not necessary at all. But I think M. Night's trying to make his daughter a star.
I think they're trying to make a new version of Michael Myers.
They definitely left it open for a sequel.
Yeah.
No! God, please, no! No!
And I had a feeling. I don't know how he's gonna do it, but
because
he finds a way.
well, the first hour 20 minutes was them at the concert,
Yeah.
and it's very interesting how he was going through there, trying to get out of there, seeing all the cops. He knew something was up, and maybe you can explain to me this. Maybe you can. He went and talked to the gentleman that was selling the shirts and
Yes.
asked him, "Hey, what's all the police present for? Why are they all here?" He goes, "Well, I'll get canned if I tell you, but I'm going to tell you anyhow. The butcher's here," and it's like, how does he know the butcher's there? Why would they tell a random or the random people like that? Well,
I don't. Yeah. I don't know why that was. They shouldn't even known.
no, they should have known at all. And I know they said they have a safety word to get through the police because they know they work there. Just because they work there does not mean they're not freaking the butcher.
I mean, I think the concept of this movie was brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
Like, don't get me wrong. It was a very brilliant movie concept. It's predictable.
Yeah.
Like that, I think is the worst part. And I didn't really enjoy Josh Hartnett most of the movie.
Well, have you? See, the thing is, you probably don't remember much about him, which is fair. But because
I
I
saw him.
do,
I saw quite a bit of him in the '90s.
yeah. But
It just, I don't
I
know.
think he did a great job because he is never the scary guy, and the looks that he would give, his eyes would twitch, and he stopped smiling. He creeped me out a little bit. I thought he was believable. I should say.
There were look. Don't get me wrong. I am shitting on him, but there were some parts of the choices he made I think were questionable acting choices. I think they should have been like maybe less like, you're squeezing a turd in your butt cheeks type of thing. Like maybe bring your eyes down a little bit, maybe less drool.
You know, it's fine. I see what you're saying, but my biggest issue with this movie, and I have some issues, and I enjoyed the movie. I did. I told Jocelyn, who watched it with me, my daughter, she watched it. I told her that we're gonna be doing this, and she says, "Well, we know how many stars." I was like, "You obviously don't listen to our show. We don't give stars." But the biggest issue I had about this movie was the scenes that went nowhere or made no sense. Like, there's two that come to mind. One was when he was in the place that were cooking fries and he put two oil things and it was boiling. And so, how the frick did he get back there with no one seeing him to do that?
Right.
That place was packed. And the second thing was when he pushed the woman down the stairs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, to what purpose was that? Just to see how they reacted to it? And I think they wrote
Yeah,
the
because
profiler, the female profiler, very poorly. I think.
I like the idea of the profiler. I think
Mm.
the older woman and you know making her British or English was like, oh yeah, of course, that's all where all the smart people are from. Like
Well,
instantly, you're either the bad guy or they're the smart one. Like
yeah, well,
that's
like you
logical.
said, the actress or the singer, how he said he's gonna get out of there, and he gets out of there and tells the singer, "Hey, if you don't let us out together with you," because it's something Lucy said, Jocelyn, something Jocelyn said, as like, there's no way a popular artist like Lady Raven is going anywhere without a security force and mobs of people trying to track her down. She's not leaving by herself with the driver. That's not happening. How did Josh Hartnett, get out of the limo when it was surrounded by everybody?
Yeah, and when he's like, "Can I talk to you for a second?" Yeah, of course. Like they're just gonna let her walk into this fucking random dressing room by
No,
themselves.
no,
Get
not
the
happening.
fuck out of here!
They
Like
get
no
they get better
way.
protection than the president of the United States. So there were just so many holes in this movie that just like it skipped over the intelligent part, the logical part, just to advance the story.
Right.
I
Like
didn't like that.
it was like they spent all their time. going into like the detail of getting out. Like when the trap door opens and he sees the ladder, he's like,
Mhm. Wouldn't that
"Oh,
be
maybe people
cool?
go down there." Dad, really? Well, maybe there's some costumes and cool stuff
Yeah.
down. Really?
It was.
Really? Maybe we should maybe stop talking about this movie before I decide to give it less of a
I
rating.
don't know. I think, usually talking with you about movies changes my mind one direction.
It
And I'm
usually
pretty
goes
sure
up.
this conversation has went the opposite.
Yeah,
It-
I
oh my God.
without
Just
saying my score, I feel like I have lost a tree. Talking about
I may have lost the forest. Okay, so you heard what me and Nate have thought about it. Now let's hear what the critics have thought about this movie. The first 5-star review comes from Andrea H. An absolute masterpiece of what these psychopaths living amongst us all look like. Suburban fathers, pillars of the community. Loved the profiling aspect and spoilers. The way Lady Raven breaks through and plays into his delusion was phenomenal. This is on par with Split. Loved it. When did she break to play the? Oh, in the
the
car.
car.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that was kind of weird.
It was kind of weird, and she did not pull it off.
I mean, I was like, "Oh, clever girl."
Hmm.
Like, that's it. Um, all right. This is the first of the 1 star or less coming from Steven W. As an as a fan of Shyamalan's movies, I was expecting this to be another unique, interesting movie with great casting choices. Unfortunately, the acting was really off and terrible pacing with so much plot contrivance. Impossible to take it seriously, very interesting and original premise, but a mess.
That's very good terminology he used. Pacing was off. The premise was a great premise, but it just fell flat. Just
Yeah.
kind of. He's right. The next 5-star review of this movie, James S. I was on the edge of my seat the whole time. Josh Hartnett performance was both incredible and uncomfortable.
Uh-huh. And you gave it 5 stars, bro?
That was a 5-star review. Yes, sir, it was.
Um, he said something interesting about being at the edge of your seat. I was too at the edge of my seat. Not because I wanted to be. It was just because I didn't want to fall asleep watching it. So I had to, stay crouched up close enough so that way I'd be like right up into it. So my last review here is from Eric D. Okay, these scores on here have to be false because this movie is complete garbage. Everything that happened was predictable. The plot was dumb. The way people acted was very unrealistic, especially the cops and the FBI.
Mm.
Acting was some of the worst. There was absolutely nothing I liked about this movie. Should be removed from existence.
The only what the F review comes from Aeneas. Kind of meh. I didn't like the pop concert bit. This is the perfect background movie.
She's
It's
not
like,
wrong.
she's not, but she didn't like the pop, so she didn't like an hour and 20 minutes of the movie.
I agree with her. It could all that could have been reduced.
The
So
best part was when they actually got out of the concert, went to the house,
you ready for my hot take?
especially the mother, the wife and the husband. Those two, the conversation they
Yeah.
were having, that could have been turned out to 15 minutes.
Second movie. Look, take it 90 minutes for the first movie, leave it on a cliffhanger. He gets out of the freaking arena, and then you end it. You want to know
Yeah,
what happens next? Part two. They kept filming. They just keep filming it for another freaking 90 minutes. You got two movies. Then you have freaking gold.
But would they end it the same way? That means they have to stretch out about 45 minutes into 90. Because would you
Yeah.
end it? Would it be a three-parter? Where you end it where he gets out with the bike spoke, which so no one saw him do that because nobody would have let him grab a bike. Nobody. So
They
would you end
screamed
it
and
there?
said, "No, don't shoot him. Let him do it."
You could have done a lot more in the house. You could have made an hour and 20 minutes in the house. You could have easily done
Hmm.
that. You're right.
You could have shown the perspective from behind the door. I
Yeah.
don't want to
Yes.
completely spoil every part of this movie.
Oh,
There
just
is
spoil it. Fuck it. No one's watching this piece of shit.
um,
Because you're just hollering. You don't know what she's doing on one
right.
side and
What's
what
on the
they're.
other side of the door?
Yeah.
Like I wanted to see that part. Like I want to see him getting everybody into that other room. I
Well, I
mean,
mean, I think for the most part, this was just so he could get his daughter more publicity because apparently she is an actress. I'm not an actress, but a singer songwriter anyway. I
is
don't know
her
who she
name
is.
Lady Raven?
No, her real name is Salika,
Oh,
so
uh,
she's an R&B artist. And if that was her singing for real, then she's very talented for sure.
yeah, she's good.
Yeah,
It's fine.
yeah.
Just like every other freaking singer that's out there.
Yeah.
Sounds just like all of them. They all sound the freaking same.
They really
All
do.
the pop singers sound the same.
Huh.
I'm sorry. Well, just like all country singers pretty much sound the same.
That's
All
true.
rock singers sound the same. They all fucking sound the same. Nobody's different. Even Led Zeppelin, who used to be different, isn't even different anymore because you got Greta Van Fleet, who sounds just like Jimmy Page or whatever is nuts. Fucking god dang it. Anyway, let's talk about what the freaking Rotten Tomatoes score.
Oh no. What you all have witnessed, very few people witnessed in this show. They witnessed Smitty do it. You seldom see Nate go on a rant, and you just saw it. It was magical. Okay, let's move on to Rotten Tomatoes. The critics and the audience do not really agree on this. They're kind of close, but the Rotten Tomatoes gave this a score of 57. And the audience, which is you and I, gave this a score of 65. So, watching this movie, I really wanted to watch it. The preview made me want to watch it. And I like M. Night Shyamalan. His first few things, I loved Glass. But lately, some of his stuff been kind of weak. But it looked pretty good. And then the first 10 minutes into it, I'm like, okay. But when at some point in time, pretty early, I'm like, oh my God, this is not going to be a good movie. This is not going to be a good movie. I try to hold judgment. But when we got 45 minutes into it and they're still in the concert, and I'm like, come on, Josh. The writing was forced. It doesn't sound like it came out correctly, like it's not natural conversation. I
Mhm.
thought the filming was very weird and odd, which is fine because it made you uncomfortable, which is great. You're supposed to feel uncomfortable. Um, and I'm like, damn it, Jay, that's me. I was highly disappointed when I thought it was going to be a good movie. And I'm more disappointed because I told my LP we need to watch this movie. I hate it when I don't watch a movie and I recommend it and it's not halfway decent to what I think it's going to be. So I'm very sad about that. I thought Josh Hartnett did fine. I thought the daughter was excellent. I thought the premise was great. I thought the directing was kind of weird. I thought the writing was kind of poor. So I'm going to give this, and this is not really fair because Goon is a better movie, but I am going to rate this higher than Goon if I remember correctly. I'm going to give it one tree, one stump.
This movie was a two tree and a stump movie. That's how I felt about it. I slept on it. Uh, After our conversation, I realized that that is high praise for this movie. Um, I Is it set up for a second movie? Yes. Will I watch the second movie? Plausibly.
Hope not.
Would I recommend this movie to my surgeon?
Oh, no,
Uh,
no,
I'm
I
gonna
wouldn't.
assume that you would either. Uh, so with all that said, I am gonna give this movie a one tree and a stump.
Well, you heard it here. Both me and Nate have agreed that this is a one tree, one stump. And why don't you tell us what you think about this movie? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Did you think it was typically a bad, good, whatever movie? Let us know. Please make a comment down there. Like, subscribe, please. It helps the algorithm. Feed the algorithm monster because we want to give you more and good content. So we will see you next Monday on Trees in Space.